What's up, guys? Another video here. Want to make a video about the New Orleans Pelicans week in review. I'm gonna try to do these things once a week just to give a little recap of the Pelicans week in review. And as the season goes along, when football season ends, I'll do more NBA. NBA runs till June, so a lot of season left in the NBA. But going back to the Pelicans, there's week started on the 26th of November against the Boston Celtics, a game that they lost 124 to 107. It's another game where the Pelicans were awful in the first quarter. They were outscored 34 to 21 in the first quarter, and they weren't able to overcome that. This has been a recurring theme for them. They get behind the first quarter and they can't come back. Especially when if they get down behind 10 plus points in the first quarter, rarely do they come back and win the game. And this was one of the games where they didn't. Pelicans were led by Anthony Davis. He had 27 points, 16 rebounds. Julius Randle was the leading scorer off the bench, 15 points and 5 rebounds. And the Boston Celtics were led by Kyrie Irving, 26 points and 10 assists. This was another game where the Pelicans they got behind. They lost the first quarter and they lost the fourth quarter. They lost the fourth quarter 35-28. They lost the first quarter 34-21. That's the game. You lose the first and fourth quarters like that, you're usually going to lose games. So hats off to the Celtics. Next game we're going to go over is the New Orleans Pelicans and the Washington Wizards. This is the game that the Pelicans won 125 to 104, and in the first quarter they actually won this quarter. They won 30. They outscored the Wizards 31 to 24. And they also outscored them in the fourth quarter 27 to 23. You win the first quarter, fourth quarter, most times you're going to win some basketball games. The Wizards were led by Oubre. He had 22 points and 6 rebounds. The Pelicans were led by Drew Holiday. He had 29 points, 5 assists. Leading scorer off the bench again was Julius Randle, 23 points and 12 rebounds. After this game, the Pelicans' record was 11-11. The Wizards were 8-13. And the next game was against the Miami Heat in Miami. This is a game where the Pelicans, they got down by 30 points in this game. They got down 37 to 17 in the first quarter. They lost 106 to 101. They got down by 31 points. They tried to make a comeback, but it was just, you got down by too much. Not enough gas in the tank. Pelicans were led by Anthony Davis, 41 points, 9 rebounds. Sorry about that sound there. And the leading scorer off the bench again was Julius Randle, 8 points, 10 rebounds. And the high scorer for the Miami Heat for this game was, I think it's Jalen Richardson. Let me see here. Josh Richardson was the leading scorer for the Miami Heat. He had 20 points and 2 rebounds, and he had 1 assist, 3 steals. So solid game for Richardson and the Miami Heat. This left the Pelicans' record at 11-12, and the Miami Heat improved their record to 8-13. And the final game that we're going to go over is the game that was tonight. The New Orleans Pelicans defeated the Charlotte Hornets 119 to 109. Pelicans, after the first quarter, it was almost a stalemate. Charlotte did outscore them 30 to 29 in the first quarter. But the Pelicans came back in the second quarter and outscored them 36 to 26, and that was the outcome of the game, the 10 points. Pelicans were led by Anthony Davis, 36 points, 19 rebounds. Leading scorer off the bench was a tie. Julius Randle had 13 points, so did Darius Miller. After this game, the Pelicans are now 12-12. The Charlotte Hornets fall to 11-12. And next up for the Pelicans, they have the Los Angeles Clippers tomorrow night in New Orleans at the Smoothie King Center. So I know. Wednesday I'm going to the game Wednesday. They play the Dallas Mavericks. But tomorrow I'm not. Yeah. So next week we will recap the games that they have. Let's see. Go in here and see the schedule for this week. I think they have 3 games. Let's see. Okay, you play Monday. Look at 4 games. They got Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. They play at LA. I'm sorry, home against LA, home against Dallas, home against Memphis, and on the road against Detroit next Sunday. So next Sunday we'll do another weekend review. Like I said, as the season goes along, football season gets towards the end. I'll do more NBA. Uh, you know, I'll do more NBA talk about other teams, stuff like that. But I think that's it. So y'all have a good night.